got it.
Wobbly chair. Oh, God.
Quit spinning around. You ready?
Yeah, ready, Rod?
All right, here we go. Hello again, everyone, wherever you may be. I'm Scott Blair, and this is a special edition of 16th Pole Racing's Adding Blinkers. And my guest today is the House Handicapper here at the Crosswalk. It's Mark the Magician. Mark, how are you this morning?
I'm doing outstanding, Scott, and I love the card today. I got a nice 11 race card starting at 12:45 with a decent feature race on it. So looking to make some more money here.
Yeah, we've got another stakes race here with some local flavor to it called the Dig a Diamond. We dig diamonds just down the road here in Murfreesboro, and so they've got one named after it. Mark has a couple of races picked out, and then of course we're going to look at the Dig a Diamond. Before we get started, we'll let everybody know that we're live at the Crosswalk. It's directly across the street from the track, right across the street from the American Pharaoh statue. You just get in the Crosswalk and you'll come right in the front door. And when you come through that front door, you're going to find Mark and his green sheets. We'll let him tell you about those a little more in depth here in a little bit. But let's get started. Mark has picked out the second race. It's going 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claimers for 12.5. And they're fillies and mares that are 3 years old and up. Okay, Mark, let's see what you got.
This is a good race for the second half of your early double here. Horse that just ran 7 days ago. Last Saturday, this horse, it ran the race, but it didn't really take anything out of this horse at all. Ran for 30,000. Number 2, Royal B for Ernie Witt. Christian Torres picks up the mount today. Had David Cabrera last week when it ran fourth. It just didn't run at all. This horse is 7-2. Shouldn't be a favorite here. Should get a decent price on this one. My second choice in here is the obvious horse, number 9, Ray of Sunshine for Steve Asmussen. He's got his son on this one, I believe. Keith Asmussen riding this one. This horse has been favored in his last 2 starts and got beaten twice. So it's really hard to put a horse like that on top when they're struggling, especially when they're dropping down to 12.5 like this. That's why I think that Ernie's horse, a 2-horse Royal B, has a big shot here. Scott?
Okay. Who's your third choice?
Third choice here is number 7, Air Castle for John Prather. Louis Q rode this one last time for 12.5. They're stepping it up there to 16,000 today. Favored last time, got beat by 5 lengths. This horse got a really good shot at hitting the board. The only one that I could see probably upsetting the 2 other than Ray of Sunshine. So 2, 9, 7 in that order in the second leg of your early daily double.
Okay, I'm going to go through your picks backwards. Okay, I'll start with the 7, Air Castle. Interesting horse. We've got a few of these today, and you're going to see that this last week or so at Oaklawn, where we're going to have these Arkansas breds that they're going to be in with the open company, and that's what we've got here with Air Castle. That would be my concern. It's a little bit of a step up. It's been off some time here since February 26th, and 5 years old, still trying to break its maiden. What do you think the difference is today that could take Air Castle to the finish line first?
He's getting down there to the bottom of the bag there, and Louis Q gets off. I'm not sure why they changed jockeys on him this time, but David on there, unless Louis just wasn't available today. But this is as low as you can go with these Archie Breds, and there's not much else for them to do the rest of the year until they come back to Oaklawn in November. I think we're coming back this year.
Yeah.
So just not much for Air Castle to do if he can get there. And he's already ran 12 times, hit the board 7, so he's made $45,000, and pretty much all of that was at Oaklawn Park. 11 starts at Oaklawn, only 1 outside of the track here. So he's got a good shot of upsetting the 2-horse, but I really like Royal B, one of my best bets of the day, even though it is a cheap claiming race.
Yeah. Ray of Sunshine is interesting from the fact also the other point that you made was failed as the favorite last 2 times. That kind of concerns me as well, but has ran consistently good speed figure numbers, but just can't get to the finish line first. So, that's the things to be concerned about with that horse, but I do like that pick. And then finally, your top choice is Royal B, and we're going to start by saying happy anniversary or belated happy anniversary to trainer Ernie Witt. It was his anniversary yesterday. He and his bride were celebrating their first anniversary, so congrats to them. But this is another Archie bred that's coming into open company, and Ernie's going to add the blinks today. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, maybe get this horse a little more involved early in the race. The other thing that I noticed about this horse is that Ernie debuted it on the turf, which is not unusual. A lot of times trainers will do that, and he did down at Louisiana Downs last summer. And anyway, go ahead and complete why this horse is going to finish top in the top spot today.
Well, dropping down 2 classes, this horse should be racing a little bit higher up, and I don't think it'll get claimed today. If it does, I don't think Ernie's too worried about this one. He does actually own this horse also, so it'd be one just to get rid of. But I believe he gets the money here. Just he's at the bottom of the barrel for the Archie Breds, and Ernie's been doing really well. He's got 17 horses in the money. He's winning at a 12% clip on this second half of the race meet at Oaklawn. So Ernie won 3. Was it either last weekend or the weekend before? He won 3 straight races. So he's on a roll and go out the door with several winners here this week and next weekend.
Yeah, Ernie told me a week or so ago. He said, I've only won 1 race all meet, but I could win 5 or 6 coming up in these last few weeks, and he's been doing it. And yeah, he probably has a good shot today with this 4-year-old filly, Royal B.
And having Christian Torres does not hurt. Christian was on all 3 of them in a row that he won 2 weeks ago when he won all 3 of them. So that's a big sign right there. Christian's not riding a 12-5 claimer just for fun.
Right. Okay. Good deal. You want to put him back in order for him one more time? We've talked a lot. Make sure everybody knows where we're at.
Yep. Number 2, Royal B, my top choice in the second race today at Oaklawn Park. Number 9, Ray of Sunshine. If you're playing your exactas, and my third choice, Air Castle, 297. Second race at Oaklawn Park today, Scott.
Okay, all right. Now I'm still scrolling because we're going all the way to the end of the card. We're going to look at race 11. Mark has picked that one out. And race 11 is another claiming 12.5 for 3-year-olds and up. They're going to go a mile and a 16th. These are routers. They're going pretty far. And Mark, who do you like here?
Top choice here is number 8, Bolt at Midnight. This horse just got beat by a neck last time, got claimed from Chris Hartman, gets in the barn of Edgar Espinoza, who is winning at a 10% clip. He's had 9 horses hit the board out of 29 starts, and it gets that top jock, or second jock right now, because Ramon's on top. Christian Torres riding this one. So it's just horse that looks heads above the rest of the field. It's going to be a single on a lot of my pick 3s, and on pick 4s, I'm stretching out a little bit, one of my top 3, but both at Midnight, a very strong play in the nightcap, going out the door winner.
Yeah, he just missed last time, by a neck. And I do like the jockey switch, as you said. And I do think this horse has got a really, really good shot. I'm kind of tough to claim off of Chris Hartman, but this horse probably has enough goods that he can win here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Second choice here, number 4, Hoodlum. Ramon gets on this one. Ramon and Christian have the same agent, so they kind of coin toss here who's going to ride the winner and who's going to ride the horse that runs second. And looks like Ramon's going to ride the horse that runs second here for Norm Cassie. This horse got beat by 11 lengths last time out, but it's the first time in the barn for Norm, and it got claimed from Eric Foster. As a matter of fact, I claimed a horse called Tagliatelle from Eric at Keeneland 2 weeks ago, so look for that one down the road with Robertino Diodoro. So Eric's a great trainer. He's done really well with horses here. He just got lucky here and got rid of this one at the right time, and it's dropping down. I mean, going up, got it for 8,000, going for 12.5 today. Good second and third choice if you're playing your trifectas. And my third choice in here is number 12, Gasoline. Gasoline for Scott Young. David Cabrera on this one. Ran April 4th at Oaklawn for the same claiming price, 12.5, 9 winners of 2. Ran third, 11-1 that day. I remember it was part of our trifecta. So order I like them here, 8, 4, 12 in the nightcap at Oaklawn Park, Scott.
Okay, we're going to start with number 12, your third choice, Gasoline. I like this horse at 12.5 again. Finished 3 lengths off the winner last time, but did angle out and was a little wide. So I could see, and some really good speed fix here right at par. I could see him win it. And by the way, he did that on a sloppy track. I don't know what the conditions are going to be, but it's definitely not going to be fast over there today. So he doesn't mind the off track either, winning 2 out of 6 and hitting the board 5 out of 6 on off tracks. I think he's got a shot.
He's got a shot. Now, Oaklawn is a track that really loves water, though. You get a lot of traction. It's splashy and muddy. It's like yesterday. We had a maiden race run a minute 10 in the mud yesterday. So Oaklawn absorbs the water really well, and it played more true to form, I think, when they run on an off track at Oaklawn, unlike other tracks in the country, Scott.
Okay, your second choice is Hoodlum, number 4, with Norm Cassie. This is the one of your 3 that I would have some concern about stepping up. This horse is a veteran. I mean, it's tried and true, right? I mean, it's 41 starts, 9 wins over the course of a lifetime. It was a $290,000 purchase way back years ago. So they had high hopes for this horse, but here he is in for 12.5 today.
Well, he's earned $220,000, so he really hadn't had a terrible career at all, even though they did pay $290 for it. But running 41 times, staying sound that long. Christian rode this horse last time when it got beat by 11, but I'm sure he would have ridden this one back if he didn't have the 8 horse in here, Bolt at Midnight, which is a much better shot at winning this race. Christian off, and you get Ramon, so not a bad deal. Ramon is the top jockey at Oaklawn Park right now.
Yep. Okay. And then your top choice, and I've lost it. Hang on. So there it is. 8, Bolt at Midnight. Yeah, I'm a Bolt Dioro fan. I love him as a sire. Of course, this horse is 5 years old, so sires don't make a lot of difference at this point. It's what have they done on the track. I really kind of like this horse as well, and I can see why he's your top pick. Just missing at 10,000 last time, and I think with the switch in jockey here, and what he's done and the speed figures that he's posted at this distance, and really hasn't had any problem with off tracks either. I love this top choice.
Oh, definitely be one of my singles on some of my really strong late doubles and pick 3s. But if you're playing that pick 6, pick 4, and pick 5, I'd definitely stretch out and use 8, 4, and 12, since this is a not a maiden race, but a cheap 12.5 claimer going out the door. You're kind of undependable, but when you got your 2 top jocks riding the 2 top choices here, I believe you're pretty safe with a win bet here.
Yeah, and I mentioned this earlier when you started through these. My only concern is with this is the switching or the movement from Hartman. Like I said, it's hard to claim off Chris. He knows what he's doing, but maybe Espinoza can get it done.
I think Espinoza can, and I don't think Christian will be riding it if they didn't think the horse was ready to rock and roll and get to the finish line.
Okay. All right, now we're going to back up a race, and we're going to go to our feature. It's the Dig a Diamond Stakes. It's $200,000. They're going a mile, fillies and mares that are 4 years old and up. And I think probably the lowest favorite of the day is going to be in this race. And let's see if Mark agrees. Mark, who do you got here?
Yeah, well, I had 2 choices here as co-choices. The 1 standout sensation and the number 4 for Safi Joseph, who just keeps getting overlooked. But number 4, Ultimate Authority, is now scratched. So standout sensation is going to be 90% chance of winning this race, and you could get some really nice shots behind it if you're playing exactas for sure. My second choice here now is number 2, Mad About Marie. This one's for Ike Green. If you know Ike, and he's has a farm here and he takes care of horses. I mean, he's a real cowboy. He's a real trainer. He's the one that got Eminem and Mike Sisk ready years ago here. He knows what he's doing. This horse ran 3rd, just got beat by half a length last time out, and got a big shot, 8-1, and gets Christian Torres also.
There you go. Do you have a 3rd choice now after that scratch?
3rd choice, number 5, Pronghorn. This horse last time out, 3 of 4 in the money, I believe. 3 of 4. We move on down to 5-4. 3 of 4 in the money at Oaklawn Park's already won $160,000, and ran 6 lifetime, 4 of them at Oaklawn. So the majority of the money has been at Oaklawn. This is a Uncle Mo. Got a little Uncle Mo blood in it, Justify blood in it. This is Kaleem Shaw. And anytime you see a Kaleem Shaw and those Kaleem Shaw silks, I mean, I take note no matter who's training it. And you got Steve Asmussen and his top jock, Eric Asmussen, riding this one. So this one's got a really good shot of getting in your exacta, trifecta, and superfecta, Scott.
Okay, this filly's 4 years old, but the things that catch your eye are the Asmussen connections, Kaleem Shaw connection, and they thought a lot of this filly back a couple years ago when they paid $400,000 for her. She hasn't quite lived up to that, but it looks like she's finally kind of coming into her own a little bit. has been competitive and was very competitive here, only losing by a length and a quarter on a sloppy track. And I keep going back to that because, again, I think it's going to be a little bit of an off track today. That's not going to bother her. So I really kind of like Pronghorn here, even though it's a little bit of a step up. And I think she can get it done.
There's no world beaters in here for sure. I mean, it's a kind of a cheaper one of our, it's a stakes race, a new one they just came out with this year.
Yeah.
So it gives the fillies a chance to run, and some of them that can't run in the bigger races. So
yeah,
Standout Sensation is going to be a very strong play here.
Gotcha. Okay. Second choice, Ultimate Authority. No, that's
Yep,
the one
that's
that
the one that
scratched. I'm
scratched.
sorry. Mad About Marie is the second choice here. And the thing about Mad About Marie that I find interesting, that I really liked, is the company that she's kept, at least even though she's stepping up, I like where she's been running. She's ran at Oaklawn, ran at Churchill, Keeneland. She's not unfamiliar with good stock around her. A little bit of a step up, been running optional claiming and allowance. Of course, she cleared her allowance here at Oaklawn back in February, cleared that first level allowance with a strong 87 Bristnet figure, won by a length and a quarter. Anything else about Mad Marie that we need Mad About Marie that we need to know about?
Now, those consistent speed figures of the last three races on the Brisnet, 84, 87, and 83, Mendoza off, Christian Torres on. This horse has a very big shot if there's anybody that could upset the one Standout Sensation. And if you do get an upset here, make sure you have this in your pick 3, pick 4, and pick 5. Those $3 late get out pick 3s have been paying really well. Even yesterday with the favorites, paid around $130. So, and that's on a $3 ticket. So if this one happens to get up there and win, you're looking at a big price on that late pick 3.
Yeah, I had a little bit of unlucky fortune back on, I guess that was Thursday, that get out pick 3 paid $24. I was the lucky guy that found it where it found the bottom. But yes, those have been great. And just to let y'all know, that late pick 3 has a very small takeout, but that $3 minimum, it precludes a lot of people from playing it. So you can afford to get a little spready in that because there's not going to be a lot of just, tickets with a lot of spread in them. There's going to be, people are going to go very narrow in these. So you have an opportunity. If you got one or two that you really like, and then you've got one race that you're not sure about, you can spread out a little bit, and you can be very competitive there.
Yeah, in the beginning of this pick 3 is kind of wide open, so you could get a price in the first leg, decent price, or the favorite in the second leg, and go with that 8, 4, 12 in the third leg. I believe you're going to hit the late pick 3 today for sure.
Okay, this is the third pod that I've done for this weekend, and Standout Sensation is being picked by everybody. Even the guys that were trying to find value just noted she's going to be very, very tough. Of course, they're going to try to beat her, but they think she's going to be very tough. This horse is coming out of Graded Stakes Company, ran in the Houston Ladies Classic, also ran in the Azeri here. Wasn't something happened in the stretch where she just kind of faltered there at the in the Azeri, but I think that she'll have it all put together today. She's running under the banner of Kenan LaRose, who has taken over for Tom Amos upon his retirement, and wow, she's going to be really hard to beat.
Yeah, and she won the Pippin back here in December, and then went down to Sam Houston and ran second in that race, and then fourth at Oaklawn in the Azeri against Majestic Oops and Nitrogen. I mean, she was in pretty tough that day for sure. And there's none of those horses are here today. No Majestic Oops, no Nitrogen, no Standout. She's the only standout in this race for sure.
Yeah, those top 3 that beat her in the Azeri, they've been talked about all season here at Oaklawn. I mean, those are 3 of the best older mares here, the older of the female division here at Oaklawn. And so she just kind of faded in the stretch. But again, no shame when you've got Majestic Oops, Regaled, and Nitrogen. It is that is really tough company, and as you said, none of them are here now. So Standout Sensation makes sense. Now let's talk about something else here for just a minute. We looked at the 10th with you, and we're trying to cash some tickets, and Standout Sensation could be a real strong single here. How about some doubles in that 10th and 11th? Or I'm sorry, the 9th and 10th.
Oh, 9th and 10th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
let's,
9th and
let's
10th,
move
yeah.
up to the 9th race. My top choice.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You can go to the 9th.
I'm going backwards. I'm going back.
10th and 11th?
The 10th and the 11th. I had it right the first time.
All right. Well, it's a $5 minimum late double.
Right.
I'm not sure. Is that a small takeout on that one?
Yes, it
Also,
is.
just like the pick 3.
Absolutely.
I know it's got a lot of value here. If you can beat Standout Sensation, I think you could really pound some doubles here. But if you're going to single Standout, like I probably will in a lot of the doubles, I'd go with the 8-4-12 Bolt at Midnight. But do you a real strong late double 1-8 Standout Sensation and Bolt at Midnight, and then your backup would be a 1-4 and 1-12 with Hoodlum and Gasoline in the nightcap.
Yeah, we're running quick on time here, so we got let's talk about a couple of other things. So,
Let's do it.
And I think you just kind of hit on it, and that's some things that a lot of people that are casual players, Mark, don't realize and don't think of, and that is weighting your doubles. In other words, you don't have to play them all $5. You can play some $5, some $7, some $10, right? And you were saying you might want to really play one a little heavier than the rest of them.
Oh, definitely. Just like in that first race, I really like Ernie's horse in the second leg of that early double. So I'll single that one and spread out just a little bit in the first race. So if you've got a horse you really like, play it hard and then play that backup, because even those backup doubles, $60, $70, $80, $90 on $5. If you see one paying around $30 on $5, there's really no value in that. So you either want to bet that one only or go against it and try to get you a price.
Yeah, there's sometimes and I like what you're saying here. There's sometimes where I'm going to play a double and I'll say, well, that's just not going to pay a lot, but I just don't want to risk enough to make some money there. So I'll just play it as my insurance bet.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll play enough that I think it can cover all my tickets and then hope one of my bigger payers hit.
That's true. I always try to do that. Also have that insurance bet where you can at least break even. But
right.
When you really like something, you want to play it straight. And when you're right, you really get paid well.
Okay. Let's go back to let's go back and let's go through the Dig a Diamond, put them in order, because once again, we're doing a lot of talking here and want to make sure that everybody knows who your top 3 are.
Oh, in the Dig a Diamond, the 10th race today at Oaklawn Park, 200,000. Number 1, Standout Sensation. My second choice is number 2, Mad About Marie for Ike Green. And my third choice, number 5, Pronghorn. It's in race 10 there, Scott.
Okay. All right. So that kind of wraps this up. But let's say some thank yous. First of all, I want to thank you, say thanks to Mark the Magician. He's the house handicapper here, if you want to call him that. He's been right here. How many years in here?
24. Well, I was next door at the long shot, but doing the sheet here at Oaklawn, 24 years. Have my 25th anniversary next year, and I do 2 radio shows every week on 103.7 The Buzz and the Point 94.1. And I will be covering the Kentucky Derby and the Oaks, both full days, and they'll be available here at Oaklawn and available on my website, markthemagician.com.
Okay. Any other ways or anything else you want to say about how you get your picks?
Oh, that's it. Online, or you can. I won't be here next week. I'll be at the Derby, so I'll be calling in and may have some special guests on Thursday and Friday. If you're listening on 103.7 The Buzz, that's at 1:30 Central Time. I've got a lot of friends that I've been acquainted with over the last 32 years, I guess, that I've gone to the Derby now. I hadn't missed a Derby in 32 years. So there's no telling who I'll have on next Thursday or what'll be happening. And we're going to have Oaklawn and the Oaks and the Derby going both days. It's going to be phenomenal racing for sure.
Okay, so today I'm looking at it on the screen over there. They're drawing the Derby today. It looks like after, if I see that correctly, after race 3 at today. So tell me, you have anybody you really kind of leaning toward at all?
Nobody I'm really leaning toward right now. I have one future bet that I bet way back in like November on Potente for Bob Baffert, and we just heard this morning that his other horse, Litmus Test, got in there, and they're saying that horse is pretty much a miler and can't do the 1.25 miles and shouldn't even be in the race. But you only get one shot at the Kentucky Derby, so they're going to go ahead and throw that one in there.
Sure.
Renegade is going to be one of the top choices, a horse that won the Arkansas Derby here, and right now, that's all the work I've really done. I haven't done a whole lot of work on the Kentucky Derby as of yet.
Yeah, and weather can be very hit and miss at the Derby, but we are looking at the forecast. There's going to be probably a fast track this year.
Well, they're saying rain. I talked to a guy in Louisville yesterday, and one guy says it's not going to rain, and whatever it
I know.
does.
I mean, these apps, they can't even agree. But yeah, the app that we looked at a little earlier this morning looked like it was going to be pretty good weather all week. So we'll see what happens. But
I like
it'd
a
be nice to see a fast track there.
I like a wet track for the Derby, though. It just makes it more interesting, and the scenery's a lot better because people don't know what to do when it rains at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, let's say some other thank yous. Let's thank the Crosswalk. We mentioned that earlier. That's where we are, directly across the street from Oaklawn Park, across from the American Pharaoh statue. Jason has special today, $7 Bloody Marys all day long. He's going to have chickens and ribs coming off the smoker later this afternoon, and those are incredible. I love them. And then also tonight's entertainment right back here on the main stage will be John French, and he usually starts right after the completion of the final race. So thank you to everybody here at the Crosswalk. Let's thank Arkansas Beverage Sales. They are the Anheuser-Busch distributor for the area, and Michelob Ultra. They help sponsor us. We want to thank them. Also, thank to our longtime sponsor on all my podcasts, Brothers Roofing and Restoration. It is storm season. We had some serious hail in the western part of the state, right along the Oklahoma border, and more storms coming. If you happen to fall into a situation where you have damage or think you have damage, look up Brothers Roofing and Restoration at brothersroofing48.com. They can help you. Okay, Mark, anything else you want to say? I had you really down here. This is where I was going to turn it over to you to let you tout your sheet, but you've already got that done. Anything else you want to say? By the way, this is our last live broadcast from Oaklawn for the season, and he's already told you he's not going to be here next week. Mark, any other thing as you want to say as we wrap up the season?
I'm looking forward to coming back to Oaklawn Park in November. Looks like we may be back on Black Friday this year. Can't say next year. It's this year. It's coming up quick. So looking forward to that. But I've also covered Del Mar. If you get my plays, I covered Del Mar, all the Triple Crown races, and of course the Breeders' Cup, which is going to be at Keeneland this year, Scott.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And I'll just tell you, if I happen to be in the area, a lot of time we travel for Thanksgiving, but if we happen to be in the area, that'll be our first podcast of the year. We'll be on Black Friday. Yeah, like I said, if I make it in the air, but that's up to people that have more say in what we do as a family than I do. So, but if I'm going to be in the area, we'll start our podcast season right there on Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanks for having me on, Scott.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And that's it. We're going to wrap up here. And so, and I've just been told that the track is now listed as good. So not even muddy. We're to a good track. So keep that in mind. And that's it. So no matter what you're doing out there, whether it's today, tomorrow, or whenever, always go fast and win. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.